Hello friends, I'm not Jim Nance, I'm Gert Berglund, and I'm here with another baseball demo for you. And maybe you've seen this product advertised. I saw it on Facebook, but it has a website and all of the four major sports are represented. It's actiondicegames.com. actiondicegames.com. I'm going to put the website in the description for this video. Everything for this game came in this package. It is 6 inches tall by 3.5 inches wide. Yeah. And it's very thin. It fits very, very nicely in a pocket, or if you're traveling, very easy to throw in your bag and go. It's also a fun diversion. I like this game, and I'm going to tell you why. I wouldn't be showing it to you if I didn't think it was something for you to consider. I don't do demos of games I don't like. If you don't see a game on my channel, it's because I don't have anything nice to say about it. This I do. There is a discount promo going on right now, and I got this for, I don't know, like $13, something like that, shipped. So, very inexpensive, but there's been a lot of thought put into this. Now, what is it not? It is not a sim in the sense of you getting player cards or teams. But it does show a baseball game in action, and it shows the different strategy choices that managers have, and it's pretty realistic. It's easy to say, well, this is for young kids. Well, it's not really, because there's a lot of layers of strategy that go into this that I'm going to show you, and you can certainly use it as a tool to teach the game to kids, but it's certainly more than that as well if you want it to be, because there are some strategic elements in here that I think are very, very interesting. I have played 6 games of Action Dice Baseball now, and so I think I've got enough of a handle on it to explain how it works. And I had fun with it. What I did, instead, you get a score sheet here. This comes with the game. It's a very sort of abbreviated score sheet. It's small. And again, I'll give you the dimensions on this, but this is one. So the whole score sheet is this. So what are we talking about here? The score sheet that's included with the game is 8 inches by 4 inches. And it's double-sided, and it's easy to make copies if you want to do that. What I did was I had fun. I just plugged in names of guys I used to play softball with as sort of placeholders on the game, and did the game, and I was very amused at the outcomes. So what we're going to do today is to take a look at how the game, the different parts, and then how the game plays, so that you can make a decision about whether or not you want to pick this up for yourself or as a gift. I do not work for actiondicegames.com, nor do I receive any profits from their sales. I'm showing this to you as sort of a consumer piece today. All right, so let's get to what's included. First thing that you notice when you pull out the stuff, or the first thing I noticed when I pulled out the stuff for Action Dice, is you get 2 sets of this stuff in a Ziploc, a very tiny Ziploc bag. What this does, these are, if you want to be non-score sheet heavy, you have a marker for pitches that are balls, you have a marker for outs, and you have a marker for strikes. Now this has a 2-player capability, and if you do that, and you have runners on base, and that's what these tokens are for. And what you'll see is that there's one side with the runner not running, and the other side with the runner running. And that's how you designate whether a runner is trying to take an extra base or steal a base. So for example, if I took these other guys off here and I had a runner on first and wanted to show I wanted him to steal, that's how I would do it. And this is I believe this is Comiskey Park, which of course doesn't exist anymore, but very fun. All right, so this is our game, our play board. All right, now these are the dice that come with the game, a blue and a red. Now my vision, my friends, is 2800. I said 2800. These dice are still readable. So they're small, okay, but your eyes aren't worse than mine. They're not. You might think they are, but they're not. And yeah, I can still read them. But you can also choose bigger dice if you wish, and that's what I'm going to do for the purposes of my video. So I'm going to use, instead of these dice, I'm going to use these dice. Alright, so you can read them a little bit easier. There are, as I indicated, several layers to strategy to strategy in Action Dice Baseball. So the first thing, and I'm going to bring this down so we can see a little better. The first thing that you'll notice is that we have 2 types of swing. So we have a contact swing that you can go for if that's what you're looking for, and these are like short hits, infield hits. That's what you're going for. 1 base single, advance, those types of things. Power swings, you make contact, as you might guess, you make contact less often, but you get more extra base hits if you do make contact. The colors are very important here and tell you what's going on. If you're wanting to play with the ball and strike options, and I'm going to bring this a little closer so you can see, because I'm looking at my screen and I'm thinking it might be hard to read. So let's look at it this way. If you roll anything that is outside of a blue color, you do not make contact and you need to re-roll. What that does is it introduces the element in the game of ball and strike counts. It gives you a pitch, which doesn't really matter, a pitch type. So for example, let's bring it back down here. Let's say we're going for a power swing, and we roll a 1 on the red die and a 3 on the blue die. What that gives us is a ball that's a curve ball. So if you want to see what the pitch was, you can do that. So I did a game where I did all the pitches and I kept track of balls and strikes. And I like that. That's fun to me. But you wouldn't have to. Anytime you roll an outcome that's in the white, you just re-roll and go to the blue. I did get walks and strikeouts as a result of these rolls. So that's a part of the game that you would miss in that event. All right. So I did the balls and strikes, and I liked it. It was fun. I liked it. All right. Now, if you roll in the blue, like for example, you are going for a power swing, and you roll a 1-1. Red 1, blue 1 gives you a fastball pitch, and there is contact. All right. So what happens then? You then take your red die and you re-roll. So if this is your initial roll, you have your red 1 and your blue 1, and that gives you a contact on the fastball pitch, which again doesn't really matter what kind of pitch it is. But you then take your red die and you re-roll. So let's do that. You get 1d6 of outcomes here. 1 to 3 is a foul strike, and you go back. You can choose a different swing if you want to. Or, if you roll a 4, 5, or 6, you get an outfield hit. That's your chance for extra bases. Contact swing, same concept. Blue results are contact, then you take your blue die and you re-roll. There's 3 chances for a foul strike, 3 chances for what they call an infield hit, or 2 chances for an infield hit and 1 chance for an outfield hit. All right. You can choose to bunt for a sacrifice or for a base hit if you would like to do that. And this is your umpire for stealing bases or trying to take an extra base, which you can do at any time. Down here on the page is where you go if you get an infield hit or where you go if you get an outfield hit. So let's pull this up a little bit. And, well, actually, I'll pull this up here this way. If you roll for a power swing and you roll an outfield hit on your D6, now you come down here to the outfield hit chart and you re-roll. That could give you any of these outcomes that you're seeing on the screen right here. So if you re-roll, and the key for the rolls is over here, you just follow it across. So if you roll a 1-1 on your outfield hit, you get a single, runner's advance, 1 base. It always tells you how many bases the runners advance, and then you can use this column to try and take an extra base if you'd like to do that. All right, now in some cases, you will get what's called an action play. And the action plays have you re-roll 1 die, either with runners on base or with the bases empty. Okay, and then you also get to identify players that made particular errors. So if you want to, so if you see here, for example, if you roll on the outfield hit chart, you get a single and an error, and the runners advance 2 bases. And you say, well, who made the error? Well, then you take your outfield error column and you roll your D6, and then you can put that on your score sheet, who exactly made the error. All right, now, on the back, so this is the full list of things that you need to play the game. So we'll pull back here a little bit. This page is almost 8.5 inches by 9 inches. So it's very, very compact. On the back are all the rules for the game, and again, there's base stealing, there's opportunities for even an infield fly, for, as I indicated on the other side, a wild pitch, a hit batter, stealing any base you want, double steals, bunting, hit and run. All of that is here in, depending upon what you choose to do, that's resolved on this page. So it's a fun game. I like it. It's made by creative people. It's called actiondice.com. There are versions of this same game for the other major sports as well, which I have not seen yet, but they exist at actiondicegames.com, and I will put the website on the description for this video as well. And that's it. Action Dice Baseball. Thanks for being with me. Hope you like it. Let me know if you try it. Let me know what you think. Have a good day. So long, everybody.